Hi all. A very, very good morning to everyone. Geeta Shinoy, Sukham Singh. Please open your screens. I'm not talking to like black screens here. I'm talking to live people and I connect to the live people. Geeta ji, आपका screen अभी तक black ही दिख रहा है. I can see बाकी सबका like screens have opened up. Your screen is still like black. Yes. Don't worry, the good part about the internet and Zoom thing is we cannot see who has taken shower, who has not taken. It does not matter. What matters is we can connect to each other being in different places, different continents, different countries. And we can, even if we have not met even once, we come out as a family and we are there for each other. And that is the important part. So today being the Friday and working on a very hot topic. Why is it that my kids don't listen to me? My children don't listen to me. If anybody on the group is saying that they never ever felt it, like I must ask them to come on the group and salute them. Because probably they have mastered it from beginning, which probably they can share their skills. So is there anyone on the group who actually can claim that they never ever felt it? Not that like you still do not have kids and you are saying that, but you have children and then you tell me that I never felt it even once. Is there anyone? No one. So everybody is sailing in the same boat. So before we continue further with understanding, as promised, today being the question answer day, if you have any questions which you do not get an opportunity to ask us, from Monday to Thursday, Friday is the day when you can ask us the questions. So please, if anyone has any questions regarding this topic, please send a sign so that we can unmute you and you can come on the platform and can ask us and speak to us. And today I'll be giving only this first 5-7 minutes. If nobody will come, then afterwards I am not going to take any more questions. If you have not understood, day 1 was complete explanation. Day 2 was complete release through the B. Somebody had asked me, what does this 8 signify? It signifies the energy of Merkaba. A very, very powerful energy. And ideally, I would have never thought to do it on this forum. Like we activate that energy only when people have done a lot of cleanse. And we activate that in DNA 3 class, which is one of our master's level, where people learn how to move objects without touching or to be at 2 places. And that happens when your body is so clear from your own limiting beliefs. But that day there was a strong calling to initiate. I cannot activate that because that activation has to be done for 100 days. So we did not activate that though. The 3rd day, we did the baby in the womb for 7 generations up, 7 generations down. It's a very powerful exercise. As I said, 90% of the programming is done in the womb memories. So SESTA has done the entire baby in the womb week. That exercise is being taught in our advanced class, and we do it with autistic kid, we do it with a lot of children who are born with problem and like ADD, ADHD, and like number of other issues. And it has shown wonderful results. So baby in the womb is a very, very powerful exercise. So do touch base, and Mac, if possible, please put the link today on the groups and on the chat for the entire baby in the womb week. So do have a look at it. You guys have got 2 days. Just revise and like, because if you're expecting results, the efforts has to be taken by you as well. Yeah. So before I proceed further, Geeta has raised her hand. Can somebody please unmute Geeta and so that I can hear her? Hi Geeta, very good
This,
morning to you.
good morning. This karate chop and rubbing the hands continuously in the second day, which we did. What does it actually mean? And one more question I have, like when the relationship has gone bad really with the kid, uh, how do you rectify it?
Okay. So coming to your first question, what does the karate chop mean? When people do karate, like there are so many body parts. We do not use any other body part, but like even if whether it is a wooden brick, whether it is the eyes, anything, they break it from here. I haven't learned karate myself, but I have done in one of the corporate class where we were given this thick a brick. None of us had learned it, but we had to break it in the first chop. And we did it. I was surprised. We walked on the broken glasses, removing our chappals and shoes. We walk on the fire, like the fire which was 4 feet high. We actually walked in the fire and came back. And the iron rods, what we use for construction, like this point, if you actually press it, this point, a person can die. We put that iron rod, which was 10 feet long, and not touching it, like move two people, and it bent, which is very difficult. So there are, what I mean to say is, there are miraculous things which we can do if we tap into our own power. Karate chop holds on to many, many energy meridian points. So there are two ways where we do it. There are two, three practices which uses karate chop. What we were doing was balanced emotional empowerment. There are other people who use it karate chop for emotional freedom technique, which is called EFT. We call balanced emotional empowerment technique B, or ERT, TFT. So there are like 3, 4 people who use the karate chop. But the what is the reason and how it proceed differs there. So it is necessary to do that because, for example, if you are in a very sad situation and you are crying that God, why this is happening to me? What you are doing ideally is you are reprogramming yourself that life is very bad, life is pathetic, so much negative is happening to me. But if you continue crying, I have no problem you crying because you need to express. But do along with that karate chop.
Oh,
Yeah, and then when you release it, so there are wordings and all. I mean, this entire concept, joining the dots and all, what we do on the public platform is just the guided meditation and using it together. When you learn B technique, you will learn it how to go to the core diagnostic, why my relationship got spoiled at first place, what had happened. You may not have a conscious recall of it, but there is something which is stored and which is very personal to you, which is very unique for you. So, how much ever the mass consciousness I tap into in my meditation, I cannot go into your personal thing. So, when you actually learn B, what you do is you actually tap into your personal stuff. When you ideally do breathing in, breathing out, that memory, like a subconscious starts opening up, you go to that memory and you start rectifying that. And miraculously, the relationship dynamics and everything changes. So coming to your second problem, like let me just cover up one more thing. Like in the first, you can either do that, you can tap any hand, you can rub, both are fine. Or if, say, for example, these are my knees, I can move my hands on my knees, like from in to out. All three are fine.
like
Coming to
this?
this, yeah, from in to out. So like from inside, if these are my knees, inside to out. Like I'll just move my hands on my knees. Yeah. So many people are sitting cross-legged, so it becomes easier for them. Coming to the second point of when relationship has really gone very, very sour and have really gone bad. We will be still covering Gita, like a lot of points, which is like karmic and all. For some reason, like I haven't scared or anything. I do not think that is the reason, or if any relationship of yours is gone sour. But there are, I mean, some learnings which are attached to that. So I would personally tell you, like, the most difficult thing for all of us, as a human, is when we require to work on a very close relation. And the reason behind it is we are very much attached with them. And we have lived many, many moments, many memories with them in this life, in other lifetimes. There are certain things which happen, the other person comes to teach us. Or there are certain things which happened unknowingly. And probably there is no awareness of how to rectify that. So personally, I would advise you to ideally actually take a session or take few sessions with a certified therapist, because they are the neutral observer. They are not attached with that. And what they can see, probably when we are stuck with it, we cannot see it. So for me, as in when I had started my journey into healing, there were many aspects where the close relationship or other things where I felt it was very stagnant energy, a stuck energy, and do not know how to come out of that. I chose the path of taking both the ways, learning so that I develop an awareness and I empower myself not to create it again and again and change it. And the second thing is, where it was really sticky, I took help of my teacher and took few sessions with him. I did regress into few past lives. I did certain things at that point of time. So you can choose both, you can choose one. That would be like my personal suggestion. Rest, if problem is not so deep, ideally we are doing our best to help you to release it during daily theta. But as I said, everyone has gone through a personal memory, and not one, many. So many times still that it's still entangled and it doesn't open up. The problem continues. And then you feel that, oh, I've been doing it every day. Why it doesn't get resolved? It doesn't get resolved because you have not yet tapped into your memory. And alone, many times your subconscious will not open that memory because you're too scared to touch. It's too fragile. So when you have someone else's energy which is powerful enough, the subconscious will allow it to open up and allow it to clear and cleanse. I hope that answers your question.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Geeta. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So next is Pala.
Yeah, good morning, Sankita.
Hi, Pala. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. No, my question is, due to my upbringing, I was being very strict with my daughter because being a girl, we felt that she has to be brought up in a very well disciplined manner with good mannerism, behavior, and all that. So she is very nice girl, and but the thing is, she's still having in the heart. Because we didn't give her the freedom to move with, during that particular ages and all that. So she feels that we have restricted her so much and we don't love her. And she's very upset about it until today. So during these 4 days where you did all those downloads, will it clear? Because before this session itself, I realized my mistake and I've already shifted that, what I've done is wrong. My husband has done is wrong, because we shouldn't be that kind of strictness. But then it is already too late, so now with this situation, will it rectify?
So what actions did you take to rectify it? You realized your mistake. What did you do?
I try to be nice, but still sometimes the way I talk to her, I think it's the habit.
Did you speak to her? Did you call her? Did you tell her that, yes, I was strict, but I was strict because that's what I learned. and what I understood the best at that point of time.
I did told her, but then
And
she's still trying to digest it, but then still she couldn't. So that is why I'm asking, this 4 days, will it resolve this problem?
what happens is the answer is same what I gave to Geeta. At the level at which it is, the memories are stuck, the emotions are stuck with you. See, on the public forum, it is the generalized cleanse that we do, right? But when it comes to cleaning our own house, every nook and corner, rearranging it, those memories are stored, and like I cannot do it on a public forum, like
Oh, okay.
looking at everyone's this thing. So if it is something at a level where whatever cleanse we are doing here, if it is being cleansed and the dynamics change, because we have actually done very powerful meditations, we have done very, very powerful releases. I mean, you have not learned it, so probably you may not even realize what we have done. But they were very powerful releases. And ideally, with that, if the problem is not very deep, ideally it should clear. But if it
Okay.
does not, you realize that the problem is deep. You have not yet learned from it. You have not yet actually rectified it. And as I told her, there are two ways. Learn so that you have the tools to do it with your own self. You immediately get that this belief of mine made me do this with my daughter. My daughter behaves with me in a particular way because this is the belief I hold on to. And now that you have learned how to clear it, you will immediately clear it. You will immediately do a download on yourself. You may clear the free floating memories. You may realize that the baby in the womb, I need to do it for like 3 months, for a long time. Like probably at that time, I developed a broken soul that requires to be healed. There are times you are in tears and you want to just do a heart song or a particular body part song. And see, what people don't realize is it's not just about relationship. It impacts your body very, very deeply. The aches and pains that we have is because those emotions are trapped. And what surprises me is something which defines every aspect of your life. Every aspect, not just your happiness, your health, your relationships, everything that you are doing, it's impacted. When it comes to empowering themselves with it, people have still not realized the value of it. Will anyone on the group will say that I want to remain uneducated and I don't want to educate my kid? I don't want to send my kid to school.
No.
I don't want to clean my house ever. I did the cleaning today. I did it like, morning mein ho gaya, like once, like, I have done it. Now done. Why do I require to do it every day? Will it keep my house clean? You answer. Will it keep your house clean? Why is it important for you to go to school? How many people, the degrees they take, they actually utilize it?
Amazing.
How many of them, like, where they mastered, like, they've really gone higher level, they do not. But it is still something which made you, because education is must. You still learn history, you still learn geography, you still learn different languages, you still learn maths, you still learn physics, chemistry, biology. You're not going to use it every day. But this is a science which you're going to use every day. And there are people thinking, why do I need to learn it? Like, I just feel like, are you like, what part of you is not understanding it? Give me one aspect of your life which is not getting impacted by it. Your everyday dramas in the life, your relationship is because those beliefs are stored. Your career growth because that is there. Your health issues because it is stored. We get doctors who come and they say, like, ideally, this is my mastery. They are the doctors and surgeons in that field. And they say, medically, like MRI, CT scans, nothing is showing up, but the pain is still there. When you do not get answers, then it is called psychosomatic. And our answer is, but everything is psychosomatic. Your accident, what happened with the car 20 years back, is it psychosomatic? Yes, it is. The dead doll we open up, is it psychosomatic? Yes, it is. How I spoke to my child, is it psychosomatic? Yes, it is. There are many technical aspects, Pala, attached. Like, with the best of my knowledge and best of my intent to make this world a better place to live, like, to help people release that. But what is personally happened to you? And it's about like, we will, like, in that entire week, 30 to 40 minutes, Monday to Friday, rest of the day, and the number of years you already have created it. You need to educate yourself that 2 plus 2 is 4. And like, that it has to occur very quickly. Like that sharpness has to come. Like I'm sharing one of my personal experience. Like slowly and gradually with a lot of knowledge that I acquired. Like I acquired knowledge from, like, I have not seen a boundary, like, whether it is from this country, that country, like anywhere. When I learned hypnosis, I learned it from 3 different schools. I learned past life, or I had mastered it. I'd practiced it for 1 year, and I still went to Dr. Brian Weiss because I had just one query, the query that, like, we answer on Fridays. And he did not have time to answer. I said, doesn't matter. I will come there, do a workshop with you, so that I may get that 1 minute with him to ask this one question. So there were no boundaries. Like I went with 3 children, like every year internationally, like traveling. And like I was like, it does not matter if I have to sell one of my jewelry, does not matter. This is something, which I'm going to carry life after life. I have to figure out the time for it. I have to figure out the money for it. No. And it's so deeply with us. So there was once where, because you open up your intuition very strongly. When you learn levels after levels in Theta, what you will realize is your intuition suddenly has opened up big time. And I had gone for my regular walk in the morning, and I just hear that voice which just told me, your husband's sugar level has gone around 500. This can get him into coma. Do not tell me afterwards that you did not warn me. And I was like, but he's traveling today internationally. Said, my job was to tell you, your job is to rectify it. You do what you want to do. You want to be that nagging wife again? You want to be that? Do what you want to do. Because every situation, every time does not have the same solution. And I realized that the affirmation, simple affirmation, not even a download, not even a belief, that, during my walk, which normally I do, and I did a simple affirmation that like, this happens in my highest and best way, right? Every download we say it happens in my highest and best possible way for my highest and best. And then I said no, because my highest and best is not to constantly worry about the family matters. Then my soul can grow. Do I want to do that? Life is all about the choices. And I said, no, it doesn't matter at what level I'm growing, but what I want is right now my husband to be fine. Does not matter how much my soul is growing. I don't care. I love him and I want him to be fine. And I immediately changed it to all is well. And I said, all is well in my life, and he is very much an integral part of my life. But to be able to develop the consciousness, the intuition to that level, one has to work with their own selves. Till they do not work with their own self, it doesn't change. And I hope this answers
Yes, like what you said that, it is also like the person chose the mom and dad is due to karma. So that I realized too. So this 1 week is a really is an eye opener actually. And before that, slowly I've already start shifting already. So with this download, I hope you will, and maybe I'll try and take some courses with you as well.
When you enter as a student in Sister, the minute you use the word try, you pay a fine.
Oh,
Actual
okay.
monetary fine. And the condition is very clear. Whatever amount students decide, if the teacher uses the word, I will pay 10 times the price. And I'm very proud of myself that for years I have not paid even once. Just for you to realize that it does not work. I want to change it. I don't want to try changing it.
Maybe that is also a habit. I will try. I will change it.
This is a tissue. I want to throw it. Throw it. If I am trying to throw it, I'm holding it tighter. I want to change my relationships. I'm not trying to change my relationships.
Mm.
So your vocabulary has to change. It has to register. Your neurotransmitters have to change. And not like, so awakening your intuition, connecting it with your intellect. Action is the way. Till the time you give yourself a reason and an excuse, I will do it. Creator also says she's not in a hurry. I will also do it. But then we come to a point where we really like talk to creator as if like, when it is someone very personal and like fight. And I said, God, I told you this is not working. I just want things this way. Sometimes I wonder like, have I gone mad? Like, and then that you witness miracles happening. Because the last was when my mistake, I already have paid up in US for my workshops and I did not notice that, my passport had gone for renewal and they had said, come for police verification. My office staff also did not bother. Like it came in the office and then suddenly one fine day I said, oh, and like next week I have to travel. Like, what happened to my passport? And then I realized when I go to police station, they said, ma'am, we sent you. You did not even bother to come. You did not even do that. Now it has already passed from here. It has gone out. We cannot do anything about you. And like, I am perspiring and I come back and I'm telling my students, give me half an hour. And I'm like, although I'm working and I'm like, what is my learning, my downloads? And I'm like, God, I know it's my mistake. You can't punish me for that so badly. Please do the miracle. My entire learning, will go and like it will get postponed by 1 year. 100% my mistake. I'm not denying the fact. And then, it's literally like you are demanding and saying, no, I am going. And trust me, I finished it and the police called up and said, ma'am, like, it's a miracle, how it happened, but we could identify where your passport has reached. And we will like just do the needful. And 11 o'clock flight, 7 p.m., my passport comes to me. So it's not that, you also go through your learning curves and all. But the difference is how we handle it is different. It's not that, life is that perfect rosy picture for anyone, if anyone is claiming. I'm not claiming it at all. There are times we cry, there are times we laugh, there are times we are worried, there are times, we are also unwell. Everything happens. The only difference is we handle it differently.
Thank you. I'll be mindful what you say.
Thank you. Do go through the baby in the womb entire week again. Like do pass a lot of healing to your daughter and do speak to her, asking for forgiveness that I was being born and brought up in that environment where I believe being strict is nice, which I realize as the time changes that it is probably not. So please forgive me for that. It wasn't intentionally to hurt you. It was so that it helps you. But that does not justify my action either. But what is done, I cannot undo it. So the only thing is that, like, I am asking sorry for that. If you can forgive me, I'll be really grateful to you. Just do that physically, give her a hug, look into her eyes. Do I love and accept you the way you are? Exercise. If she stays with you, or if you ever get the chance to stay with her, do the exercise which I said yesterday. Baby in the womb week, like listen to it continuously and visualize your child, even Gita for you, in the womb, and you passing a lot of unconditional love and light, and visualize releasing their insecurities and all. Because there is a lot of inner child work which requires many times to rectify it, and inner child work on a personal level, which we cannot do it on the public forum.
Okay, I will do.
So, like, but baby in the womb is a very powerful tool. So do it like religiously, and then see where the shift is happening.
Yes,
As
thank
you
you.
will
Thank you.
realize what they are teaching, there are a lot of other aspects attached to that. And as I told Gita, like, if it doesn't happen, like, book a session
Okay.
and just take sessions for that and change it. It's not a big deal. It's not rocket
Mm.
science to change relationships.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. It's almost 9:30. Is there anyone else who has any question? I hope no one. So since it's already 9:30, we will not continue with any other topic. We will, which means that the next week also we continue with the same topic, because we could not finish yesterday all the points about it. And we will do a few downloads right now. Yesterday we started with language of communication. So I will do certain downloads, and I will do downloads especially for the problems that Geeta and Pala described. And if you still have any personal stories to share, do get back to us. Where is that coming from, especially for the generation gap between you and your children, between you and your parents? Yeah? So everyone ready for the downloads? I understand what it feels like to forgive myself for any actions, my words, my thoughts, my actions. May that be being very, very rigid, strict with my children that I may have done, knowingly or unknowingly at the time, the level at which my consciousness operate, and unknowingly, may that be in this lifetime or any other lifetime, that I may have hurt my child. I now choose to forgive myself for the same, knowing and realizing that I did the best in under my own capacity, what I understood the best at that time, without me wishing bad for my child. May that be my possessiveness. May that be my own insecurity that I passed on. May that be my frustration and irritation and my stress levels that I passed on to my children. May that be the way in which I spoke to my children in the high tone, sometimes shouting, sometimes hitting them, anything which I regret now. I forgive myself knowing that guilt is an emotion that I would like to release and rather be an action oriented person. I know what it feels like to take charge of my life and change the patterns of my life. I deserve to develop and have a very healthy relationship between me and my children. I know how to do that. It is safe, it is possible. I'm deserving of it. I know what it feels like to live my daily life being guilt free and without being stuck in the past mistakes. I know every day is a new day and every thought is a new day, and every new day comes with a new hope. And I make the best of it. I know how to make the best of it through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know what it feels like to forgive my child or my children for their mistakes, knowing and realizing that they did what they understood the best at that point of time. What matters is my present. I take in the learning from my past experiences, integrate that into my present reality, and move forward with confidence to create a beautiful future for myself and my children. I know what it feels like to have a very bonded relationship between me and my child. I'm deserving of it, and my children are deserving of it. That it is possible. The relationship, which is based on faith, trust, love, care, open communication. I'm open to listen to them, and I allow myself to be heard by. I'm open to the new ideas and the changes with the new generation that they bring forward to me, allowing me also to be a better person and to share the wisdom of the years that I have gathered, the wisdom from my experiences, ready to share them and being heard by them, to take in the learnings and the wisdom from me without them having to struggle in life. I know whether it is karmic or non karmic, whether it is the disintegrated inner child, all begins at a thought level. And today I choose to rectify my own energy body, to align my own energy body, being very joyful, being at peace, without any need to punish myself or others, to know that I am this energy of love and all I can vibrate with is energy of love. All the other energies, negative intent, may that be what people may perceive as black magic, be converted into white magic and become a magical moment. As the energy of the creator of all that is, and the energy of the pure love and light is powerful enough to transform any negativity, regrets, resentment, prejudices, anger, rage, jealousy, to be transformed into the energy of love, light, and healing. I am this powerful energy of love, light, and healing. I vibrate with the same. I attract the same. I reject any other energy which may pull me down and allow myself to stand tall, keeping my head tall, with pride, with confidence in myself, in my upbringing, in creator of all that is, knowing that I am this beautiful child of creator of all that is, and so as my children. And the universe is taking care of us, the divine, my heavenly father, heavenly mother, creator of all that is, ascended masters, angel guides, spirit guides that I'm always surrounded by, my higher self, they all are always taking care of us. I'm safe, I'm secured, I'm protected, I'm loved by, and I'm lovable. I understand it through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. All is well in my world, and I understand it through Creator's definition and perspective. The time has come for my awakening, educating, and empowering myself. I know how to take the next step in my life without procrastinating it. I owe it to myself and I deserve it. Into every cell of your body, every area of your life, at all the four level of your belief work, understanding it through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. You know how to do it, when to do it. It is safe, it is possible, and you are deserving a beautiful life. Just say yes to receive all the downloads. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to instill all these feelings into each one who says yes now or while watching the video and listening to the video. For their highest and best in the highest and best possible way for each one, in the language that their mind understands the best, across time and space, through different lifetimes, through generations, through eternity between the times, the different parallel universe realities that they are living right now, the different forms, the different tree of lives that they may have created, changing it from the roots and bringing forward joy, happiness into their lives. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, show me. Passing unconditional love, light, and healing to all. You all can open your eyes. So thank you all for joining. Do listen to this entire week. If there is still more introspection, please do that. Share that with us. And listen to the baby in the womb entire week. That would bring a lot of changes as we continue learning the same thing further the next entire week. Thank you for joining. Lots of love and light and gratitude to all.